September 12th, 2023, Doc Ellis, ellisclinic.com. The Hick Doctor from Oklahoma. Here's Coray from Indiana, VA clinic. Have 10% for tinnitus. I need help connecting migraines. Got medicine for it. Easy. Yes. There's case law and medical law for that. You just need a nexus report, some doctor to explain how it's connected and go into the details and provide and make it VA compatible. Seen a VA psychologist, good for depression. So once you get any kind of diagnosis from the VA for depression, we can do a nexus report, putting the depression and your migraines and tinnitus together, and that becomes service connected. And of course, it may be directly service connected for what happened in the service. Now, if it occurred during the service, then it's connected. If it's something happened in the service to cause it, it's connected. And so the law is very fair. So let's go do some nexus reports before you do that. Okay, here is Doug from Colorado, combat engineer paratrooper. So Doug is crazy. Okay, so everything's covered, Doug. A training accident, doesn't matter. Okay. You got migraines, TBI rated, and they won't recognize your neck condition. Well, that's absurd. You're jumping out of airplanes, okay? So that you've got a arthritis C5, 6, and 7. So that's definitely service connected. A radiculopathy, your arms, all that. That's a lot of VA disability. That's an easy one. You need a nexus report. Okay. All right. And just go to Ellis Clinic and fill out the VA appointment and write down those things and come on in. All right, here he is from Roderick from Alabama, a VA claim. 10% tinnitus, a diagnosis of insomnia, obstructive sleep apnea, and migraines. All of those are linked to tinnitus. Okay? A combined rating of 80. What to do next? Well, maybe you have other things that should be filed for. There may be not anything to do next, unless you've got other claims to file for. Unless any of those were not approved. All right. Okay, now here's Don from Virginia. Searched the net, found this crazy doctor here. Combat vet and medic in Vietnam. Thank you, sir. Wonder if we met each other while I was there. Denied obstructive sleep apnea. Secondary to other specified anxiety disorder. Okay, that's going to be overcome. You've got a service-connected anxiety. We get sleep apnea. GERD, okay, plus you're taking medications. You got doctor statements, use a CPAP machine, so obviously that's covered, but we just need to get service connected. A denial decision, I can't imagine. All right. Now, the tinnitus, you've got service connected tinnitus, that takes care of your sleep apnea. But there are other things to do. Supplement I do. Obstructive sleep apnea, secondary tinnitus is an easy one. There's case law and medical for that. Plus, it's my medical opinion. Okay. You're 76, so let's get you taken care of. I love this. He's writing to Gary, who's our IT guy and a genius. Living in Colorado and me living in Virginia, the VA denied it, and stating that your Colorado doctor or whoever it was biased to my claim. Doctor, sue the bitch, or sue the son of a bitch that wrote that letter. That's tortious interference in business. The people that are biased are the VA. The person writing that saying that you're biased is biased. What are you trying to? You're not an insurance company. Why are you fighting this kind of thing? This Raider's a biased bitch or asshole, whatever he is. Okay. Now, but did say this. The doctor only stated medical abstracts and journals that showed a correlation and not a causation. So, doctor, when you do that, use the journal articles. Those are great, but you have to say in your own words, explain to somebody with a 12th grade education how that is service connected. So they've downgraded your property value. They kissed you off. That's just bullshit. Okay. Now this is Greg from Pennsylvania. Trying to achieve 100%, that'd be a good idea. Trying to get my disabilities all together. Okay, now, there are two types of, there's individual unemployability. If you have 40% impairment, you can be unable to work. If you got 40%, then you can apply for individual unemployability. In other words, you're Social Security eligible, no sustained gainful employment, you're never going to work. We can get that. Okay, but then there's over 100%. But you get to 80 and you start adding 42, nothing happens because of the combined values tables. So it sounds like you're wanting individual unemployability, or better get more. So if you don't have sleep apnea and you get 50% sleep apnea added to your 80%, that may flip you over the edge. I'd have to look up the math. Okay, yeah, okay, you got PTSD, absolutely. That's, the way you rate PTSD, I asked the wife. Okay, and your GERD should be rateable. Okay, so let's send your stuff in us. Let's look at it. See if we can't help you out. And then if it's worthwhile, it's worth a trip or telemedicine. Then if they don't like telemedicine, you can come in. Okay, this is an OWCP from Eric in Texas. Right shoulder injury. Retired. Reached maximum mental approved. Submitted to CA7 for a scheduled award. The district medical advisor concurred with Dr. Ellis. Payroll uploaded to income for 2 different employee earnings. Okay, now we're talking about how they do the math and for your employee earnings and how they do the scheduled awards. Statement reflects my base pay, overtime, and differentials. The latter is just the base pay. You should be paid your overtime. Your total pay should be based on your overtime and your pay. All right. What method does DOL use to calculate compensation? If I knew that, I'd be a rich man. But you can look it up, but make sure that you're getting your full benefit of what you've done. And you give us a call. My paralegal will tell you what it is. All right. We have to actually see the records instead of just generally talking about it. Now this is Gaby, disabled vet, going to PTSD that I got doing 10 years in Afghan and Iraq. Well, of course you got PTSD. It's just a matter of what percentage it is. The psych sees nothing. Well, if you went to VA saw psych and they screwed you, don't be surprised. But you get somebody else to say you have some psychic problems, or I'll say you have psychic problems. I played my condition down, which is a slap in the face. Oh, Jesus. Sometimes doing VA, I get so mad about having a stroke. You're in Afghanistan and Iraq. It hurts my feelings when they shot at me in Vietnam. All right? Well, he's got a private doc saying you got the PTSD and diagnosis. That's more than enough. And because we'll add one more diagnosis. Yeah, you about to say something.
What's VR and E?
VR and E. Okay. Not worked for over a year and dropped out. VR and E program. I have no clue what the VR and E program is. I was uncomfortable with the environment. No insight, which yes is normal. Okay. Give us a call. Let's talk to you. Let's get your PTSD done at least. Come on. Not whether you have it, it's just the percentage. It's a no-brainer. Remember, VA law is very, very fair. It's just the doctors of the VA and the raiders of the VA don't know the law and don't follow it. Don't follow it. They think it's criminal law beyond a reasonable shadow of a doubt.
Veterans readiness and employment.
I've never heard of that, folks.
Me neither.
Okay.
All right, that wraps up our first session.
That wraps our first session. Shall we keep going? Or you want to
sign out to these folks in case they don't watch the next video.
Okay.